Introduction to Blender 2.8 Tool and Sidebar. In Blender 2.8, the toolbar selection changes depending on what editor you are currently in and if you are in Edit Mode, Sculpt Mode, or Object Mode. Edit Mode has some specialty options for editing armatures and curves. There are 3 ways to bring up the toolbar. One way is to press T while the mouse is in the editor. Another way is to enable it from the View drop-down menu. When the toolbar or sidebar are closed, there is an arrow that can also be used to open them. There are some editors where the only method to open the toolbar is using the arrow. In the toolbar, there are some options that are available across multiple modes. They include the select box, cursor, move, rotate, scale, transform, annotate, and measure options. Though in general, most if not all of the options can be used via a shortcut key, or can be bound to a shortcut key. When you assign a keyboard shortcut to an item in the toolbar, it will be selected when you use the shortcut key instead of performing the action. Some modes, like Sculpt Mode, have their own set of options that are important in the context of the action you are performing. When you are in Edit Mode for objects, the toolbar will have various ways to edit the mesh, as you can see here. While you are in Edit Mode for armatures, the toolbar will have additional options to roll, rotate a bone specifically along its length, scale, or extrude new bones. Moving on to the sidebar, which has 3 tabs. An Item tab, which contains information about the currently selected item, the Tool tab, which contains information and options for the currently selected tool, and the View tab, which contains information about the editor viewport. In the 3D viewport, amongst other things, the View tab of the sidebar will allow you to set the current location of the 3D cursor, as well as the cursor's rotation, a new feature that was added in 2.8. The rotation of the 3D cursor can be used as a reference point when changing the location, rotation, or scale of a currently selected object. When an object is selected, the Item tab will have the object's location, rotation, and scale properties, all of which can be keyframed from here. It will also show the dimensions of the object, which can be changed, but not keyframed. While in Edit Mode, the Item tab will display the center, median, point of any selected mesh. You can change the values to move the selected mesh, but not keyframe the changes. You can also decide to have the values use global coordinates based on world origin or local coordinates based on object origin. When you are in Edit Mode for an armature, the Item tab will display the head and tail location of a selected bone. You can change the properties from here, and any connected bones will also be affected. The last aspect of the sidebar that I will talk about in this video is the information it provides in the UV editor. The View tab of the sidebar has some very useful overlays, including the option to enable or disable displaying stretching values. The stretching values can either be calculated using the intersections of edges or the area of the faces. This was a long topic, and if you're still here, I would like to thank you for watching the whole video, and happy animating.